once again, we're doing this for the third time. Because the first time I forgot to plug in my mic, and last time I forgot to hit the record button. So let's try this again. Everybody, welcome back to the Movie Cranks. And yesterday, well, it was actually like 2 a.m. in the morning last night, I watched for you guys something a little different than what we usually partake here on the Cranks, and that's a VOD movie called Valley Girl, starring Josh Whitehouse and Jessica Rothe, a teenage Valley girl who has her life set in stone, who randomly meets a boy she's not supposed to like, a boy she's not supposed to date, and falls head over heels. Now, Valley Girl is a remake of a 1983 Nicolas Cage movie.
I never misspelled anything!
So that's how far we've come now.
I couldn't think of a more horrible job if I wanted.
We are now remaking Nicolas Cage movies. But unlike that original film, this one does change things up in a way that adds elements of Grease with spontaneous singing and dancing, as well as, to me, there was Mean Girls and Clueless here, which brings me to the subject of Alicia Silverstone, who is actually in this movie as well as a mom who's telling the story to her now teenage daughter, who apparently graduated, not the teenage daughter, but Alicia Silverstone in 1983, which would make her 55 years old in this movie. Wow, we have come a long way. I feel really old now. So, was Valley Girl any good though? That's the big question. Well, you're going to have to make it through a 10 to 15 minute opening sequence of singing and dancing in a mall with over-the-top 80s outfits.
Walking down the street, they don't know where they want to go, but they're walking in time.
Saying things like totally and tubular and obnoxious Valley Girl accents, but if you can do that, and that's only if you can do that, make it past that, and yeah, Valley Girl wasn't all that bad.
Say what, motherfucker? Get the fuck out my face with that shit.
Better than that dreadful opening sequence, which will probably push a good quarter of the audience away just like that right off the bat, which is kind of sad to say because Jessica Rothe here gives us another actually really good charismatic performance as Julie. She's someone who I'm still surprised hasn't caught on more as a lead female character in Hollywood, given that every movie I've seen her in, mainly Happy Death Day 1 and 2, and now this, which may not be a good thing to go by, but she's been in these movies that I thought were going to be absolutely rotten, and they turned out quite differently than from what I had thought. And it's mostly because of her ability to make us like the characters she plays, whether it's Tree from Happy Death Day, or Julie here. You feel what these characters are feeling. And also I have to say, Josh Whitehouse, who plays Randy here, the boy from the other side of the hill. Whitehouse and Rothe had really good on-screen chemistry, which is the main reason this even worked for me at all. I mean, if it wasn't for the two having the chemistry they did share on-screen, this could have been much, and I ain't lying, much worse than what it was. Rachel Lee Goldenberg here also directed this film, and she's mostly just done some TV in which it does show in some of her choices here. Still, the movie does feel like a really well-produced VOD movie, but that's all I can give it there. And I could have done without that first 15-minute opening sequence of just 80s shoved in your face musical. But, you know, they make some choices sometimes in movies not everybody's going to agree with. But like I said, after that, it calms down though, and everything settles. The music takes a backseat to the story, which brings me to the soundtrack. And let's just say that I'm not a big advocate of 80s music. It's not my personal genre, but I thought the song choices here were actually fairly well thought out, and for the most part, well executed, giving times a modern touch to the music, like one point when Randy is in the bar and he's singing a song for Julie. It didn't really come off sounding like 80s. Here it actually felt a lot like Green Day. But after that, there really isn't a whole lot to talk about here. I don't really remember seeing the original film with Cage, even though I'm sure at some point in my life, I'm 100% sure actually, that I have seen it, but I just don't remember it. So I can't really make a lot of comparisons to that. I'm not sure if the plot with the original was as predictable as this one, because I did have the ending nailed after about 5 minutes into Randy and Julie's relationship as to exactly what happened to Julie and Randy, why it failed, and why they're no longer together in modern day. We've seen it in almost every movie like this. It's really predictable. I'm not going to spoil it for you. But yeah, overall, it's not really a bad movie. I still don't think it's more than a slightly above average movie. Like I told you before with Roth and Whitehouse, if they were not in it and with the chemistry they had, this could have been pretty miserable for me. So I'm going to go ahead and give Valley Girl a C+. Oh, and on a side note, don't watch this with your guy friends. You're not going to have a good time. Either watch it with your girlfriend or your wife or even by yourself, but don't go hanging out with your guy friends thinking, oh, let's watch Valley Girl. If you're a female, especially in your late 30s, maybe up to your early 50s, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and recommend watching this one. I think you'll probably really enjoy it. Anyways, guys, do me a big fave. If you haven't already, if you like this video, hit that like button. Subscribe as well for the channel for more reviews just like this one. But that's about all I got for now, so I'll see you later, guys.